The Cleveland Browns are knee-deep in yet another quarterback saga. But this time, it's not injuries, bad drafts, or washed-up veterans clinging to relevance. This is about power. Specifically, an owner who believes in a rookie QB and a coaching staff determined to act like he doesn't exist. The tension? It's impossible to ignore. If you want the real story, the messy twists that never make the highlight reels, you need to be subscribed. And if you're here to watch this Browns QB chaos unfold, subscribing is non-negotiable. It's simmering under every post-game press conference and every painfully conservative play call. While the Browns rack up early season losses under a quarterback who should be mentoring, not starting, one name keeps popping up: Shedeur Sanders. A fifth-round pick, a project QB, a kid with football in his blood, swagger in his walk, and a stat line that made half the internet laugh after just his second preseason game. -27 yards, 5 sacks, 0 scoring drives. Brutal. But here's the thing, it wasn't just bad. It looked like sabotage. Or at least a coaching staff playing politics instead of football. The truth no one in that building will say? Sanders didn't fail. He got failed. Failed by poor protection. Failed by 0 in-game adjustments. Failed by passive-aggressive coaching that preaches development in public while giving him third-string receivers, vanilla plays, and a leash shorter than a halftime show. And yet, despite the national media's easy jabs, despite the coaching staff clearly favoring Dillon Gabriel, despite the sideline whispers, second-half benchings, and questions about being NFL-ready, one man isn't flinching: owner Jimmy Haslam. Say what you will about Haslam, people have, but right now, he might be the only one thinking long-term. While coaches cling to the system knows best narrative, Haslam is doing something bold. He's betting on potential. Watching practices, requesting development reports, pushing for more snaps, because he sees what others pretend not to. This kid has it. Not perfect mechanics, not instant polish, but that unteachable spark, the kind Josh Allen had as a lost rookie, the kind Lamar Jackson had when people called him just an athlete, the kind Patrick Mahomes had sitting behind Alex Smith. And here's the kicker, this isn't just a development story, it's a full-blown power struggle. Coaches want quick wins, scraping for 9 victories to secure their jobs. Haslam? He's playing chess, thinking 3 years ahead. That's what owners are supposed to do. He knows Flacco is temporary. Gabriel might be serviceable, but he's not generational. And if Shedeur Sanders' ceiling is even close to what people believe, you don't bury him in a broken depth chart for a safe season. Yet Sanders remains benched. Minimal reps, no 2-minute drills, no red zone looks, barely a glance with the starters. What are we doing? A 22-year-old with elite college production, NFL-ready DNA, and a high football. Let's be real, if you judged every NFL quarterback by their first month, half of them would be out of a job. Look at Peyton Manning's rookie year. Check Josh Allen's early accuracy. Rewatch Justin Herbert's first games. The difference? They were given a chance. That's exactly the fork in the road for the Browns right now. Do you keep letting your coaching staff's fear of failure dictate the team? Or do you finally put your draft pick to work and let Shedeur play? This isn't a team too competitive to take a leap, you're already losing with Flacco. The offense is sputtering, the line isn't protecting anyone, fans are restless, and the national media is circling. Riding this ship into 7 to 10 obscurity isn't saving anyone. Hand the wheel to someone who can at least make it interesting. Shedeur brings energy, excitement, and a reason to tune in every Sunday. Football isn't just wins and losses, it's a product, a culture. And right now, Browns culture is being eaten alive by mediocrity. The fact that Jimmy Haslam has to step in for the quarterback he drafted says everything about the dysfunction inside that building. This isn't about drills or talent. It's about control. Stefanski doesn't want a player who could shake things up. He doesn't want mistakes reflecting on his system. He doesn't want headlines. But here's the problem, he's already losing games, locker room, fans. Ignoring the one player who could salvage the season. That's a fast track to losing his job. Jimmy Haslam isn't just tracking stats, he's tracking loyalty. And when the guy writing the checks believes in a player, but the staff refuses to even try, that doesn't end with a meeting. It ends with pink slips. So, what happens next? The season keeps unraveling. Flacco throws a couple more desperate picks. Gabriel steps in as the supposed spark underwhelms. The media storm intensifies. Fans chant Shedur's name louder, the stadium boiling over like a pressure cooker. And finally, when the tension peaks, he gets his shot. Maybe week 6. Maybe week 8. Maybe after a primetime disaster that shatters the narrative. When he finally steps in, don't be surprised if the team's energy flips. Sanders isn't just ready to play, he's been preparing for this. Locked in, handling the noise, showing up early, leaving late, saying all the right things while everyone else loses their minds. That's professionalism. That's leadership. That's QB1 energy. The Browns just need to stop fighting it. Let's be clear, this isn't about Flacco. This isn't about Gabriel. It's not one bad preseason stat line. This is about vision. And if the coaching staff doesn't share ownership's vision, maybe the problem isn't the quarterback room, it's the headset upstairs. So, what do you think? Should Jimmy Haslam step in and force Shedeur into the starting lineup? Can Sanders overcome a coaching staff dragging its feet? How long can the Browns ignore the only quarterback who might actually change their future? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit subscribe, and stay tuned, because Shedeur Sanders will get his shot. This isn't just quarterback development anymore. It's a full-blown identity crisis. A franchise at war with itself, coaching staff versus ownership, old school versus new blood, job security versus generational potential. And in the crossfire? A 22-year-old named Shedeur Sanders, just waiting for the world to stop treating him like a liability. It's wild. Honestly, you're looking at a player with NFL pedigree, next-level maturity, and the confidence of a 10-year veteran. Yet instead of building around him, the coaching staff has been doing somersaults to keep him off the field. Let's not sugarcoat it, they don't trust him. Not with the playbook, not in the pocket, not under the spotlight. But guess who does? Jimmy Haslam. And yeah, we've criticized Haslam plenty over the years, but here, he might be the only one with actual vision. He sees the future. He knows what Shedeur Sanders could become. He's not chasing his 0.5 record and calling it a rebuild. He wants fireworks. He wants a franchise face. He wants Shedeur. And honestly, he's right. Because while Flacco checks the boxes for veteran safety, there's one thing he doesn't bring anymore: hope. That's what this is really about, not wins, QBR, or getting the ball out faster. It's about what Shedeur represents, a future unwritten in disappointment. A quarterback who could be elite if given time, structure, and belief. But right now? He's getting none of that. We've got coaches treating a rookie like a locker room nuisance. A development plan that shifts with every press conference. Media leaks painting Sanders as unready, inconsistent, still learning the system. Meanwhile, Gabriel racks up second-team reps and Flacco strolls through week 1 like it's 2013 all over again. How long do they think this is sustainable? Here's the cold truth Stefanski doesn't want to admit: they're running out of excuses. Each loss under Flacco ratchets up the pressure. Each highlight of Gabriel's mediocre play fuels the question: why isn't Shedeur playing? Every week of internal silence makes Haslam look less like a passive observer and more like a ticking time bomb. And we're this close to detonation. A breaking point is coming. Could be a 3-game losing streak. Could be a media meltdown. Could be a players-only meeting. Whatever it is, it's going to push the organization into a corner. And when that happens, who has the leverage? Not Stefanski. Not the coaches. Not Flacco. It should be Shedeur. Once that shot comes, oh, it's over. Let's be clear, Shedeur Sanders has all the tools. Sure, the stat line was rough. Sure, the sacks looked ugly. But think Patrick Mahomes didn't throw ducks his rookie year? Josh Allen never look overwhelmed? Rookies struggle. And that's exactly why Shedeur deserves a chance. It's all part of the process. What counts is how he responds, and by every account, Shedeur is handling it better than most vets would. No angry interviews. No social media clapbacks. Just showing up, studying, grinding, and waiting for his moment. And when that moment comes, It's going to flip the script. Because nothing gets the city fired up like a comeback kid, the underdog who wasn't handed the job but earned it. If Shedeur steps onto that field, takes the reins, and starts slinging like we know he can, Cleveland won't just cheer, they'll rally, they'll believe, they'll feel alive again. This fan base is starving for something real, something electric, not recycled hope from 2008. And Shedeur? He's got that juice. That aura. That calm, confident poise that makes you lean in every time the ball leaves his hand. The coaches dragging their feet? They'll look foolish once it's clear they had the guy all along. Because you know what happens next. If Shedeur succeeds, this offseason of hesitation and gatekeeping becomes the story. Every slow walk, every passive-aggressive holdback, every attempt to suppress him, it all gets exposed. And for Stefanski and his crew? Not a good look. When your owner drafts, backs, and pushes for the QB while you resist, what you're doing isn't disagreement. It's insubordination. And when that QB proves you wrong? That's your pink slip. So what should the Browns do? Simple. Stop making excuses. Stop overthinking. Stop coddling a broken system. Do the one thing that might actually save the season, let Shedeur play. Not mop-up duty, not limited reps, not we're evaluating the situation. Start him. Back him. Build around him. Let him make mistakes, grow, and lead. Because even if he struggles at first, it's his ceiling you're chasing, not some placeholder's floor. While fans argue over depth charts, the front office quietly leaks progress reports to justify past decisions, and Shedeur himself grinds like his career depends on it. The coaching staff refuses to budge. Still clinging to Dillon Gabriel like he's more than a clipboard in cleats. Still rolling out Joe Flacco like it's a 2016 nostalgia tour. Dangerous move instead of the most logical decision on the board. When did common sense become controversial? Let's break it down again. The Browns drafted Shedeur Sanders. The owner backs him, publicly and privately. The current QB situation is producing losses, not leadership. Fans are losing patience faster than the offensive line loses protection. And the kid with the highest ceiling? He's warming up behind two guys who wouldn't scare a college defense right now. So tell me, what exactly are we doing here? Oh, that's right. He's not ready. That's the line, right? He needs to develop. That's not caution, it's cowardice disguised as PR. A coaching staff more afraid of being wrong than of being mediocre. And guess what? Mediocrity is already here. The Browns are staring it square in the face. This isn't a playoff team. This isn't a contender. This is a team drifting in NFL purgatory, an aging starter, a fan base begging for change, and a head coach playing political chess while the season slips away. Yet somehow, taking a chance on actual talent is treated like a radical idea. Why? Because it wasn't their pick. That's the elephant no one wants to name. Shedeur isn't getting his shot because it's about ego, not football. Jimmy Haslam did. And in the NFL, ownership meddling is a dirty word. Coaches hate it. They call it overstepping, a threat to authority. But sometimes owners are right. Sometimes it takes someone outside the bubble to see real potential. To say, I don't care if he was drafted in the 5th round. He's better than what we've got. To remind these so-called football minds that they've been wrong before. And will be wrong again. Ignoring talent just to save face? That's not strategy. That's self-sabotage. And the Browns have seen this movie before. Talent walks out the door because it wasn't handled right. Players get benched, only to thrive elsewhere. Quarterback development has become a punchline one even Browns fans are too tired to laugh at anymore. If Shedeur ends up on that list of what-ifs, it won't be because he wasn't good enough. It'll be because the people in charge refuse to trust something they didn't control. Because this safe, scared version of Browns football? It's done. Checkdowns and press conferences don't inspire anyone. Waiting for Dillon Gabriel to suddenly become a dual-threat superhero? Fans aren't buying it. The team deserves more. And Shedeur? He's ready. Maybe not perfect, but ready. Perfection isn't what Cleveland needs. They need purpose. Direction, belief, and Shedeur Sanders is the only player left on this roster who still represents all of that.